Tell me, why are we seeing more premium CTV going to programmatic these days? What's working?
There's been a lot of maturity in the space. We've had some time to learn how to develop the right audiences. I think that there have been changes in the space that have forced us, both publisher and buyer and marketer, to come up with a more sophisticated audience strategy, with knowing that cookies are going away and not being able to rely on those signals. That has forced us to come up with new signals to develop those audiences on, and been very well primed for the CTV space. And further, I think that both sides are beginning to understand the value of purchasing in a programmatic space, of the efficiencies that you can get, not only with less waste, but also just by being able to use a platform that's going to give you tons of data back, and you're going to be able to have a great measurement story. There's been time. If we were in a crawl, walk, run, I think we're walking now.
Can you talk a little bit about why the marketplace still is not quite where everyone thought it would be for the upfronts? Like, people thought they would be spending much more in programmatic CTV. It's not quite there yet.
The marketplace isn't really at its full level of maturity when it comes to the upfront space. And there's a lot of reasons for that, and obviously every marketer is different. One of the biggest challenges that I see in the space that I hold inside of the agency is creating cross-functional learning between the folks that used to manage a real upfront and linear negotiation and buy, and the folks that used to run a very performance-heavy, display-driven, technology-driven, tactical implementation. Both sides are maturing, but still the devil is in the details. And what I hope to see in the next year is a lot of learnings on both sides, and folks bringing each other across to help with, maybe it's bringing your programmatic person to help you in your negotiation with the publisher, so both sides understand each other, and perhaps it's bringing that linear planner over into the programmatic side and exposing them to the tools and the interfaces that are available.
How are you approaching audience-based buying strategies, especially leveraging first-party identifiers?
So first party is incredibly important when it comes to using audiences in the CTV space. Not every marketer is going to have access to that, but those that do are doing a lot of work right now to make sure that they have a clean and safe environment in which they can communicate with the publishers or the platforms that are most important to them, so that they understand their audiences, and then they can buy those in different ways based on the needs of their campaign. There is still a lot of work to do, but I don't ever think that the work is going to go away when it comes to audiences. We have to be incredibly careful with how we use first-party data. And so even though sometimes it can be a hurdle to activate, maybe because of cost or time to understand audiences across platforms, it's important that we all take that time.
What excites you about programmatic CTV in 2024?
We're going to see more adoption of PMPs. I think today we've had marketers move from direct IOs into programmatic guarantee and start to test the water and start to put their audiences where they need to be with various publishers and platforms. And now that they're there and they have that conversation going with the publishers and the conversation going with the platforms, they're ready to move into a more biddable space, because both sides have built up trust, knowing that they're going to be able to fulfill the campaigns or fulfill the commitments that they have. And there's mechanisms that they've put in place over the last year to make sure maybe they need to switch from a PMP to a PG, and this isn't going to be the first time that they're experiencing that. So people are more prepared for what's to come. They've seen some of these challenges in the past, and they've had success.